This is As You Are. My name is Akazi. I am a creator, a whole bunch of different things. And today I'm going to talk about something that I have silently been struggling with for probably about 5 to 6 years now. And I'm excited, but I'm also very like, holy shit, we're going to do this and we're going to just give the honest truth. But that is why I created this podcast, As You Are. Created it for the nitty, the gritty, the fucking disgusting truth of my experience and other people's experiences. And here we go. So today we're going to talk about depression, anxiety, and my experience with suicidal thoughts and mental health. So, uh, I, as I'm sure if anyone who has listened to my music, you guys know that there is a very, very dark undertone to pretty much everything I create. And I have, throughout my career so far made stuff that's very dark, but I also have made stuff that's very, very light, like Conqueror. That was a song for me that was more of my light body coming through. And I specifically for the past 5 to 6 years have been on a very deep, deep healing journey. And it has been something that has been almost impossible to fully understand because it is deep and it is beyond me sometimes, even though it is me. And it has been not linear in any sort of fucking fashion, which they say healing is not, but it's like you'll have really, really good days and then you'll have really, really bad days and then really, 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 really fucking bad days. And then like really, really awesome highs. And like, there's been pockets in between of things and it's been good. It's been great. It's been horrible. It's been horrific. It's been I don't want to fucking be here. And I when I want to say 2016 was the first time. I've always kind of had some anxiety, as a kid. And when I say anxiety, like I personally believe that depression and anxiety affects really, really highly sensitive people. And I say that because I am one. I know that I am an empath. I absorb things. I feel things on a level that is just probably not normal. And because of that, I too am very much like things affect me like crazy. And I've had to really, really learn how to take off my absorption of everybody around me and like, live. It's a gift and a curse. Straight up. It's a gift and a curse. But I first had my first ever encounter with suicidal thoughts back in 2016. I will never forget this. I sat on the beach in California and I called my mom and I said, it's going to make me cry. I said, I do not want to be here. And my mom said to me, I wish you would have told me you were pregnant. Like anything but like my kid doesn't want to live. And the journey of navigating so many things since that first kind of encounter has been up and down. I'm really, really good at hiding how I really feel. And it's something that, I think a lot of us are really, really good at doing. Um, because it's safer to box and hide things away than it is to be honest and real and vulnerable and upfront about what we're struggling with. And I also have had a lot of pride and I've been hurt a lot of times when people that I've been vulnerable with have not understood me. Um so I had my first, that's kind of when the suicidal stuff has come up for me, and I remember for a really long time that I was just like, I was trying to work through so many things that had happened in my childhood, or that had just happened somewhere in my existence, honestly, because I cleaned up a lot of my childhood and still was not getting relief. Um and I'm excited because where I'm at right now, specifically in this moment in time, I've shifted a couple of things that have literally breaking everything in the best possible way. Um, and I'm excited to share that with you guys, because I don't think that I have been who I am for like the longest. So I started this inner healing journey. I got my heart fucking smashed. I think anybody who knows me knows that. And it fucking just broke me. It broke me. And I completely went into myself for years, and I have carried this pain in my chest, like a literal physical fucking pain in my chest for 5 to 6 years since this day started. I've done talk therapy, I've done hypnotherapy, and I had a couple really, really crazy like moments in my hypnotherapy sessions that like got me to the root of when my depression started. And for me, it actually started at 9 years old. Um, which is nuts because like who at 9 is depressed? Me. Hello. I was. Not my mom's fault, not my dad's fault, not really anybody's fault. Just was happening. And when I go back and now and look at some of my parents' stuff, like I'm like, oh wow, yeah, depression runs in our family. It's pretty crazy. Um, and it's something that I've been very, very diligent about, like one, trying to figure out ways to get out and on top of it. Um, because it has been a pattern in my life, and it makes me sad now kind of coming out of it. This is probably the first time in 5 to 6 years that I can clearly like tell you guys I don't feel depressed. And the mental clarity that I have right now like is beautiful. It's beautiful, and I've been praying for years for God to heal this. Like, please just heal me. I need relief from this heartache. And I knew that it was heartache. Like it was just like this part of me that literally felt broken. Literally felt broken. So basically, what my experience has been with depression and anxiety, and like what goes on in my head, I'm going to try my best to explain to you guys, because I think it's really important that this is exactly how my existence has felt for years. Um, I would wake up with this death feeling over me. This, like, nothing I do today is going to be fucking important or significant. So why the fuck even try? Like that's what I would start my day with. Or I would literally lay in bed for about an hour every morning, and it would literally tell me like nothing today's going to change. You're not, like, there's no point in being here. I would have um visions of myself like like literally shooting myself. Why? The fuck is that? Like I would literally lay in bed and cry. First thing in the morning. Cry. And imagine myself putting a gun to my head, or imagine myself drinking a bunch of fucking pills and just going back to sleep. And like the craziest thing is like you can't get out of bed. Like you have to fucking lay there. It's like the weirdest, saddest thing. It's really, really sad. Like it fucking grabs you and it lies to you, and like you learn to function in it and you learn to live with it, so like nobody around you can even like pick up on it anymore. And like this year alone I had so many things that were hard happen that I completely hit the fucking wall. I hit the wall. Lost my job. Uh couldn't fucking I just couldn't get it together. Had an ER visit. Um I and that was an attempt to go get help, and it fucking didn't help. Thank God I'm a really strong fucking person, because I have seen firsthand now how fucking broken our mental health system is, and I swear to God, um that I will be here for probably the rest of my life now fucking helping to change it, because that experience alone was gnarly. I will never ever forget it. But back to like what the depression feels, and how your existence is. You basically just can't, like, people will come up to you and tell you that they love you, and you'll literally hear in your head, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. You can't trust this person. I can't trust that person. Nothing around me is safe. Nobody is safe. Everybody's here to hurt me. Everybody's here to lie to me. Everybody is here to like not fucking get me. Nobody gets you. You're by yourself. You're by yourself. Everything in life, you're by yourself in. And like I would make art, I would make all these, songs, all this stuff, and like there's always this dark undertone to it, and like I would have moments where I would literally sit back and be like, fuck, like I know that this plane of existence that I'm creating in is like really fucking low. Like it's a low vibrational plane of existence. Like I'm aware of it. But like then it's this back and forth of like I'm aware that I live in this thing, but I can't also fucking get out of it. And like everything just just is bad. It's just bad. And nobody can help you. That's the fucking crazy part. Like I swear, like part of me I'm like, damn it, I wish my ex understood what depression was like, because it's not easy being in it. I think it's actually worse being in it than being the one outside of it that is trying to help somebody with it, and they don't even have a fucking any clue on how to fucking help, because they're not fucking registered to help with any of that. And I do wish that sometimes, I could just start over as to where I am now and what I'm doing now to help with that. And sometimes I do wish I could re-meet people, because um and I'll get into like kind of the shifts that I've been making in my life that have been really, really, really fucking beneficial. Really fucking beneficial. And I'll get to that. But um I still just think that, like I've had people literally say, just get busy. You'll be fine. Just get busy. And what they don't understand is like, no, no, no. This depression, this thing that literally has lived on me for however long, doesn't allow me to fucking get busy. It literally doesn't allow me to do anything, actually. It makes me sit in my fucking room and it makes me cry for no reason. Over and over and over and over and over, day and day and day and day and day and day and day out. And it tells me I'm not good, I'm not worthy, nothing will change. I'll never ever ever get to where I want to go. I'll scroll social media and I'll see people out and having time of their lives, and it'll literally tell you you're never getting out of this room. You're stuck here. You will never ever ever get out of here. You'll never ever ever be who you are supposed to be. And there's also moments too within it that like when my suicidal stuff has been at its highest, I think a lot of that has also been spiritual attacks. And uh when it's been at its highest, it has literally, like, you'll get visions of like how you should die, and like they just don't stop. They just don't stop. They literally are in your dreams. They are like, and I'm a highly sensitive person, and I also have a gift that's beyond the physical. I can do that in another episode where I can talk about mediumship and clairvoyancy. But I because I know that I'm in other planes of existence as well, that mentally, that it fucks with me, and it has tried to fuck with me relentlessly. Um and it uses everything against you. Like, everything. Any little tiny failure, you'll never ever ever be anything worthwhile now. Congratulations. You're fucking worthless. Like, over and over and over and over and over and over and over. It just does not fucking stop. Um and then when you try to sit down to do a task, or try to get, like, just things done in the day, it makes it impossible. You jump from task to task. You don't have any sort of direction with the task, and then it just kind of spirals, because it's like, oh, make sure you do this, and then go make sure you do that, and then make sure you do this, and then, like, when you move on to the next thing and you haven't completed the other thing, then it's like, see, you're a fucking failure. You can't ever fucking do it right. You never do anything right. You never finish anything. You're never fucking good. Like, why can't you just get there? Why are you so sporadic? Why are you, and it's just mean. It's mean. Like, it just never fucking stops. It's mean. Um and like there's a physical element to it. Like I said, like, I the best way I can describe how depression has felt for me has been literally like carrying a very 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 broken heart for years, and like you just learn to live with it. It's it's like it's like having like a fucking broken bone, or like a broken toe, and you've like let it fester for so fucking long that you're just like, nah, yeah, it's my way of life now. And like, you don't actually go get the fucking toe fixed. Like, you just learn to walk different. And in that's how I have been living for the past 5 to 6 years. I have learned to walk different. Um and I was learning to walk different with also the awareness that I was walking different, and no fucking awareness or direction on how to fucking fix the goddamn issue. Um, and something really, really cool has happened over this last 6 months. Again, I hit the wall. I had an ER visit. A lot of my friends that are around me have been very, very, very supportive in my cry for help, because that's what it was. Um, and they have been supportive and checking in and as best as they fucking can. But what really happened underneath the surface of everything is that this weight that I have been carrying for 5 to 6 years, I could not do it anymore. I literally could not go another day living in this vibrational plane, living in this existence. I could not handle it anymore. Um, and it I couldn't handle the lies anymore. I couldn't handle the back and forth of like, we're up, we're up, we're up, we're up, we're up, and then it's like, you're down, you're down, you're down, you're down, you're down, and you're staying down for the next week. And my therapist at the time would be like, you seem to just fluctuate. Like, you're up and you're good, and then you're down and you're out. And like, I had no fucking like backbone when things would happen. Um and so, I had a couple of decisions to make. I remember when I finally just fucking faced the truth that yes, Akazi, you are fucking depressed. You may or may not have a chemical imbalance going on in your brain. It's not your fault. Your thoughts of suicide are not your fault. All these things, because as soon as the realization of like, all right, we've been living like this for 5 to 6 years now. We can't do this for another day. Uh, it's time to face the fucking truth. Um, and the more that I had to do that, I remember sitting in my shower and fucking bawling my face off because I was like, "There's something wrong with you, and it's never ever gonna change, and you are fucked, basically. Like this is exactly how you're gonna be for the rest of your fucking life." And I can confidently say that God does God fucking hears you. I have been crying out to God for years about this pain in my heart and this depression that I've been under and trying to get out of it. And I specifically, with my other therapist, we were going to talk about some SSRIs, antidepressants, stuff like that. And I did get a prescription for Lexapro. I tried it. Uh, Made me sick as fuck immediately. Like, no, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. I've been working with mushrooms for a while now, and I did a lot of research. I tried it before in the past, but my mistake is that I was also smoking weed profusely and was not giving myself any sort of time to like really just let the mushrooms alone kind of do what they can do. And it's been about a month now, truly, of like no weed. Um, just working with the mushrooms and doing my daily work and no antidepressant. Anything that you work with is not gonna be a fucking like take a pill, you're just better. Like I still have to do a lot of work in my days. And my days have been I got COVID and I had to stop. And I knew I needed a break. And I kept asking everybody and telling everybody I need a break, but I didn't fucking take one, and I think that's why I got sick. Um, because I needed a fucking break. I needed like a real break, and I needed to get my energy back, and I needed to get things structured again, and it's happened, and that makes me really really happy. Because I don't feel so on a 7-lane highway with no fucking idea of where I'm going and what direction is what. Because that's kind of how it feels sometimes when you're under the depression. You're constantly trying to get into the world, but you can't complete anything. You can't get really out of bed some days. You can't clean your shit. You can't fucking do your dishes. You can't fucking do anything except sit on the goddamn couch and cry about how horrible you are or how much you hate yourself. Yes, that is the honest truth. I have literally sat on my couch numerous fucking times and cried about how much I hate myself. That's not as you are. I don't know what the fuck is. So, I basically, as of lately, like I get up, I shower every day. Um, I stopped eating too at the height of my suicidal thoughts and depression. Food was not a fucking option. There was no eating. A lot of my friends and family were like, "Wow, you're really really skinny," and I'm like, "Yeah, because I can't fucking function in food. Food is just not an option. Nor will it be until further notice, and that just kind of is what it is. grace of God, I'm eating again, and I feel great. I uh there was some time where things were just really really all over the place, and working with the mushrooms has been really fucking amazing because it has given me like a mental clarity. Like, I get up, I shower. I don't allow myself to lay in bed anymore. That was part of like the issues. Like, I would lay in bed for like an hour every morning. Um, I now have tools. I go on a walk. I drink fucking water. I do very basic, stupid things that like everybody else in life is like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. But I'm like, no, like, this actually has been challenging to just do basic functioning human things like feed the dog, or like fucking make yourself food, or like, you know, go to work, answer the phone, just things like that. It's been really really hard to like get out on top of those things. So um I've done a lot where I would take like a little microdose of the mushrooms, and I would go sit at the park and I would just feel the wind. And like the other day is how I know that things had shifted. I was walking home from the fucking park, and like the sun looked brighter than it's ever fucking been. And I was like, there's no way the sun is this bright. There's no way. But like I just had this epiphany of like, oh, that's because like you are viewing it like just differently. Like you're on top of life. Life's not on top of you. And the mushrooms have like really actually allowed me to like restructure that. And like, I've done a lot of research on the effects of psilocybin versus uh antidepressants, and I am not a medical doctor, so please do your own shit, do your own research. If you're listening to this, like, do not take, I'm just explaining to you what my process has been going through for a while. And I watched a lot of psychiatry stuff on the effects of mushrooms and what they can do for depression and anxiety, and like I'm telling you, I see a very big difference. I see a very 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 big difference in my psyche and how I funnel my life. I organized my entire life. My fucking computer is all the way fucking put together. I'm like, wow, I can't do anything unless I have structure now. Like, there's certain brainwave things that like my depression would not allow me to connect, that are now connecting, that I know are like me. So I can literally actively feel my brain healing, and it is like the coolest fucking thing. Um I still have moments where I like dip into like, the past and like vibrational places and like who I've been and all that kind of stuff, and like that's okay. I now know that like I now have an awareness where I can like switch it at any time and like get out of it. And like that practice has been like really fucking beneficial, because before, when I wasn't taking the mushrooms, I didn't have that ability. I didn't have the ability to like, when my mood was going down, to control anything. It just was happening to me, and it was what it was, and like I had to like literally just surrender to whatever the fuck the depression wanted. Um and I don't feel like that anymore, which is like really really exciting, because I cannot tell you guys the last time I have felt like this. Um and it's crazy too, cuz it's like, no, I smacked the wall, lost my job. Like, who the fuck gets out of a goddamn ER like psych ward and then the next day gets fucking fired? Also, to my ex-boss, if you ever hear this, you're kind of a fucking cunt for that. No fucking apologies. Bitch still has not even fucking called me. Like, okay, glad that you guys really give a fuck about your employees' mental health. You really actually don't. My brother did a very bad thing, And he's, the reason I smacked the wall is because I got really bad news about that, and everything this year, it was just bad news after bad news after bad news, and sitting in fucking depression, and not being able to get the fuck out of it. So justifiably fucking smacked the wall. Um but the good news is like, within a month of like working with these mushrooms and like doing my daily work, like I literally feel like I did as a kid. Like anything's possible. And I can't even tell you like how long it's been since I've actually truly fucking believed that. And that makes me really, really like optimistic as fuck for the future. And normally everybody's like, "Oh, you're so pessimistic, Akazi." No, I'm really not. I'm really not. Like I know like the most purest form of who I am is so fucking positive. It's like insane. It's insane. It's just life fucking smacked me hard over and over and over and over and over again. And then like the fucking like gross paradox about depression is like, once you get into the belief pattern that like your life is never going to get better, then you start to create scenarios in your life where it will never get better. And it's like this really awful fucking feedback loop of like, nothing's better, nothing's better, nothing will ever happen, I'm not possible. And then like law of attraction is also like, yep, you're right, nothing's ever going to get better, you're never going to be this, you are correct, yes, 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 because that's what you say and that's what you are. And I knew somewhere in me that like some sort of awareness was like, okay, we got to get out of this frequency of life, because if we don't get out of this frequency of life in this existence and in this plane, we are literally going to be here for the rest of our lives. And the mushrooms have helped with that. They've helped kind of pull me into a high vibe place where like I genuinely feel like I can now have a new plane of existence. And the biggest indicator for me was when I went to I took a microdose and I went to the laundromat and usually like, I get really like up and down, up and down, up and down, anxiety, anxiety, anxiety. And like I was sitting in the car and like my anxiety was like to the point where like every single fucking moment of my life was a highly anxious moment. And I was sitting in the car and I just had this moment of like everything had lifted like really temporarily, I think for the first time. Like I had actually like experienced like no fucking anxiety. And I remember sitting there being like, holy shit, this is like everyone else's neutral and I'm definitely below. Like I am not neutral. Like I am definitely on a plane of existence that is like below this. And like life constantly felt like it was on top of me and I was not on top of life. Um but like being able to play with the mushrooms and kind of like give myself cuz it says that like mushrooms kind of help with the neuroplasticity in your brain, and it'll help heal something. Like there's theories on this and I think they're still testing it, which my hometown Portland, I think you guys are kind of really the only ones that are really actually doing this for real, which really makes me excited because I think honestly like there's so much healing power in mental health with mushrooms that like we're just so fucking far away from. SSRIs are cool, if they help you, they help you. But for me personally, they made me sick as fuck, scared the shit out of me in terms of like dealing with certain things, and like this method, this place, and I went to God specifically. I'm very big on that, like asking like what do I do, and God kept saying, please work with the mushrooms, please work with the mushrooms, because they will heal you, they will help heal. And they're doing that, they've done that in a time frame that like I don't even think I can like actually even believe 100% yet, but I know it's actually truth. Like who just wakes up and is like, well, my depression of 5-6 years is like pretty much gone. Like there is a little disbelief of like, is this gonna last? But like, yes, it will, because that's what you do. You do the work on yourself, and then you retrain your shit. You retrain your brain, and it is possible. It is completely possible with a little bit of help of the mushrooms, like to reset your entire frame of existence. And that is what I have done and I am actively doing. And I swear to God, nobody knows about it except for like me and God. And like now, you guys, if you're listening to this fucking podcast, but like it is fucking possible and it happens and it's happened to me. And I'm like really fucking excited because like I, for the first time ever, am like, let's fucking get it back into my life. Let's do this for real. Like, let's live. I haven't been living. And that makes me excited. It's like I get to restart. It makes me sad because, you know, I've been living so low for so long that, like, nobody, like, everyone around me, I think, just like, that's who she is. And it's not. Like, that's the craziest part. Like, it's not, you know? Thinking about that. Like, I wish I could go back, like, even to my ex. Like, I'm sorry, you know? I wish that I could explain. And, like, I wish I could take off, like, I wish mental health and I wish this stuff was like fucking glasses. Like, I wish you could just, like, take them off and give them to someone else and be like, this is how my life is funneled. This is how I view things. And like I wish we could do that with each other, like just like figure out some technology where we could just like, here's a pair of fucking glasses, you put them on, oh shit, that's how this person feels, thinks, and exists in the world. And like that's not what mine is like. Like I think our compassion for our internal worlds would just be so much better. And like maybe I will fucking be the one to create that for this world. I don't know. But we need something that's like, this is how I funnel my life, and this is the frequency that I live in, because it is all frequencies. But yeah, I actively can say now for a month that mushrooms are really really helping. I don't have the pain in my chest, not nearly as much. Like I've had a couple little dips, like, you know, here and there, but like the quickness that I now can like recognize a dip and then be like, and what I mean by dip is like notice like when I'm lowering my frequency, or like past patterns are coming up, like cuz the fucked up thing about depression and the fucked up thing about like who you've been is like you get addicted to your emotions. So the more addicted you become to them, it's like more of a default, and like you have to learn how to like literally become a blank space and be like, these emotions are great, but they no longer serve me. So to like biohack yourself, you have to like, I call it biohacking, but like you have to literally become nothing. This is why they talk about meditation and it being so great. You have to literally fucking learn how to become nothing, so then you can restructure and understand, okay, I am addicted to feelings of pain. I am addicted to feelings of uh resentfulness, hatred, whatever the fuck those low vibrational things are that are not bliss, joy, love, and like super great existence. Um you become addicted to, and then it becomes a dominant vibration for you. And to shift that, you literally have to like become a blank fucking blob space of like, I am nothing. Great, now I get to recreate myself in a higher frequency, a higher plane of existence. And that's literally the work that I've been fucking doing. In my room, by myself, no one fucking around. Like, nobody knowing about it. I'm literally sitting in my room being like, in meditation, I am nothing. I am nothing. I am nothing. And then once I can get to a zero space, then I can come in and be like, I am love. I am light. I am happy. I am so happy. Because, like, it's literally like retraining your subconscious brain to fucking be happy. And, like, I've read so many things on it, how people have, like, actually done this, and, like, you know, and it works. It fucking works. And, like, working with the mushrooms to, like, help do this work, like, I swear to you, in 6 months, it's going to be a whole different story. A whole different person. I already am. Within fucking a month. A month. Within a month. Within a month. That's the craziest thing to me. So Yeah, depression is a fucking bitch. Suicidal thoughts are a fucking bitch. Mental health is a fucking bitch. It is fucking relentless. And like I'm not saying like, oh, now I'm just this healed guru and I fucking get it. Nope, cuz guess what, bitch, you're still a goddamn human and you're going to have days where you're going to slip back into your shit. The most beautiful thing about it is like, can we switch it quicker than before? And one thing that I had heard was, you have to stop at the mood, because the mood becomes the emotion, and the emotion becomes the day, and then the day becomes the way of life. And like, if you can stop at the mood, or I'm sorry, I said that completely wrong. The emotion, you have to stop at the emotion. The emotion becomes the mood becomes the day becomes the way of life. If you can stop at the emotion when the emotion hits, that's the key reference point of how to change your entire existence. And that's what I've been doing. And it's a lot of fucking work. It is not super peachy keen, but it has been actively happening. And I feel like even just in this podcast and hearing it in my voice, like I can hear it, I can see it, I can understand it. And things that like would really weigh on me before, like fights with people, or just things that like were not fucking cool, or like being mistreated, like it would just sit in my psyche for fucking ever. And like it just doesn't. And that is cool to me. And yes, I'm definitely going to have depressed days again. Like it's not like an end all be all, I fixed everything, but like I owe it to myself to fucking sit in this fucking newfound plane of existence and just like believe that this is exactly what it's supposed to be. And healing happens. It happens. Whether or not your depression tells you that it will or not, because it definitely tries to convince you that you will never fucking get out of it. It is one of the most mental hardest things, seriously, one of the hardest things to fucking navigate, uh because you can't really do much about it, especially when there's a chemical thing happening. um Psilocybin has definitely fucking helped me. It has definitely fucking helped me. I'm happier, I'm more creative, I am in my life. I don't have a fucking income or a goddamn car right now, and I'm happy. Like that's fucking crazy. Like things have blown up and they're not 100%. But I'm fucking joyful, and that's cool. That's fucking cool. And like my days, in the past used to be really, really nothing but like, I would say 80% dark. And I would have 20% of like, oh yeah, okay, well things may get better, and like people would tell me all the time, it's gonna get better, it's gonna get better, it's gonna get better, it's gonna get better, but like the depression does not allow you to fucking believe that. It just doesn't. Like you're not allowed. You're not allowed to fucking believe that it will actually get better when depression literally has a hold of you like that. And I now genuinely feel like that number has switched. It's like 80% I'm happy, coasting, and then like we still have like a little bit of a 20% that's like but like you don't get so stuck on it. And it's like the 5% doesn't become the 80. Now it's like that 5% of bad, or like the shit that like sucks, it can stay at 5%, and it doesn't have to be the rest of your fucking day. Which I think is huge growth and huge fucking breakthroughs, and that makes me really, 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 really excited. Like I'm actually excited about my life again. A month ago, 2 months ago, I was not. I was in a fucking ER, sad as shit. And I have been every day in prayer, talking to God, asking God, and it's been with the help of mushrooms that I have been able to fucking get out of this. And that makes me really, 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 really fucking excited, because it's only like I genuinely feel like I can say it's only up from here. and not have this crazy, crazy dips. And it gives me enough bravery to like go after actually everything in my life and live my truth completely. And that also makes me excited because there's a few things now that I want to create in my life that I know I can. And hopefully, you know, as I keep evolving, uh someone out there hears my story with depression and suicide, and I'm still scratching the surface on everything because I really don't think it's actually possible in any way, shape, or form to fully give people the full, expression of what you've been through in these states. But like, I can confidently say that my life is changing and it's really fucking beautiful. And I hope that it just constantly stays up and up. I really do. Um so yeah, this is Akazi. This is my episode on depression. This is my truth. And this is As You Are. And if you're listening, thank you. My whole point with anything in this podcast is literally just to tell the fucking truth. Whether or not 5 people hear it or 100 million, whatever the fuck, I don't care. I really just like need this space to speak and grow and um put it out there because I'm a healer, and this is also part of my fucking process of getting my healing into the world. Like, I am a big believer that we walk through darkness so other people can live. That has been my experience. That has been my life. Um, I would hope that it would change, and like a lot of very, very, very light, wonderful things are on their way to me. Um, but I have sat in depression for 5 to 6 years, and I can confidently say that coming out of this depression is it's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful, and I can't wait for people to be reintroduced to who I am. Um, because I'm a completely different person, and that makes me really fucking excited. So, this is As You Are. Thank you again for listening.